We have with us Dr. Kate O'Shaughnessy. She is with the Perth US Asia Centre. Thank you for speaking to DD India. Heard about your session on the Indo-Pacific strategy. You were talking about the role of the small island states and how they have also been seeing a transformation with the funding and the partnerships across the region, especially when it comes to the Indo-Pacific strategy, on how they have been integrated. But they still continue to face certain challenges. Would you tell us about those?
So, look, thanks for the question, and it's a real pleasure to be at the Ricina Dialogue. One of the things I wanted to talk to colleagues today was about the vulnerability of island states and the critical importance and the critical role they play in the resilience of the region, because we all rely on the health of oceans for the security of our planet, and so we need to work with small island states to make sure that our region is secure, that it's stable. Island states face unique challenges. Their scale is small. If you think about a country like Seychelles, for example, it has a really high gross national income, but its population is so small, 100,000 people, it means that when it faces shocks like COVID or climate change, it's really hard to respond. So the UN late last year came up with a new index. It's called the Multi-Dimensional Vulnerability Index, and that index recognises that small-scale vulnerability to climate change are unique challenges, and that if we want to work with small island states, we need to take those vulnerabilities into account. So it's really incumbent on bigger and middle powers like India as a big player, Australia as a middle power, to really take some of those vulnerabilities into consideration, work with small island states to help build their resilience to climate change, and also listen to their expertise, because at the end of the day, island states, countries like Maldives, Mauritius, Kiribati in the Pacific, they have an ocean territory that is the same size as India, and so there's no way that they can manage that territory unless they work with big partners.
What about the 10-dash line? There are concerns for countries like Indonesia as well at this point. The threats from China's territorial expansion, not just on land but also on the sea. It's been an established fact and everyone's trying to counter. What does that mean for the small island nations who are already battling a lot of other issues, plus now protecting their borders as well? What is being done to help them with that?
So, look, I think you're absolutely right that competition in oceans, South China Sea is a really good example, is being felt very sharply by island states. And island states actually don't want to be caught in the middle of great power competition. They want to develop and be able to build their resilience to face the challenges ahead. So it's really incumbent, again, on partners like Australia, like India, France, the UK, US, as well as ASEAN and other smaller and medium-sized countries, to work together to build economic resilience, to maintain the rule of law, because the rule of law is there to protect everyone, big states and small states. And if we all get behind these very important universal and basic principles, that actually strengthens everyone and helps us confront unlawful claims to, example, places like the South China Sea.